Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Conley in with Chris Rader and Christy Ather Rader, and we are here with COZI TV presenting to you at the Raleigh County Armory and Convention Center Oak Hill Red Devils basketball versus the Woodrow Flying Eagles. We are getting ready to finish up the JV game here where the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles have a 57-46 lead over the Oak Hill Red Devils. Chris, this is going to be a big matchup here tonight with Oak Hill and Woodrow. You know, this has always been a real contest, and I think you're telling me since 1989, Woodrow has had the advantage, winning every game up until the last time that they met, where Oak Hill Red Devils was able to come away with the win at 64-46 win. But now we're here in Beckley, back on their home court. So Chris, I just think it's going to be maybe a little different situation here tonight. Maybe a little bit of payback coming on here.
Well, Doc, like you said, this is a rematch of a game from a couple weeks ago when Oak Hill and Beckley met in Lilly Center. Oak Hill took them down 64-46. And, yeah, that was the first time Oak Hill had beaten Beckley since 1989. Now, for people like me and Christy who grew up in Oak Hill in the 80s, this was a fantastic rivalry. And then Oak Hill kind of dropped off a little bit in the early 90s, and that's when Beckley stepped up, Barksdale's dynasty teams. But it was a great win for the Devils a couple weeks ago. I do think we're going to see Beckley come out looking for revenge. I think Oak Hill got their attention last time because after the game, there was a lot of Oak Hill fans on social media and Facebook who were celebrating the win, and I do think they got Beckley's attention, and I think we'll see a different Woodrow team show up here tonight. Yeah,
I think it's right. It's hard to control the kids. You really don't want them doing the talking. Coaches do the talking, players do the playing. But unfortunately, with social media, that stuff happens, and you get a little chippy talking going on like that. That only really just gives fuel to the opposing team. And Woodrow, even though they only have a 2-7 record this year, on any given night, these teams, can beat each other. And so, again, I think we'll have to see, if some of that chip talking there that Oak Hill did, see if that, comes back to bite them, because I definitely think, Coach Jackson is going to tell his players, hey, listen, even though this team's 2-7, it's still Beckley basketball, and they have a tradition here.
Absolutely. I don't care what Woodrow's record is, 2-7, 7-2. There's a lot of respect for Woodrow Wilson basketball. When you come in and you see all these state title banners lining in the middle here, Beckley has their royalty. Their royalty in the state of West Virginia with high school basketball. And Christy, it wasn't so much the kids that were talking.
It was the grown-ups.
The grown-ups were getting on Facebook and it wasn't really trash talking. It was just celebrating
the win, because it's been so many years. We were talking the night that a couple weeks ago when that game was played. I was in 6th grade the last time that Oak Hill beat Beckley. You were in 7th. And we grew up going to all of these great ball games when we were in high school. There were a lot of overtime games between Oak Hill and Woodrow, who were arguably the two best teams in the state. So
yeah, there were teams. There were definitely years in the 80s and then the late 90s that the Marseille and Jamel Bradley teams, where I think Oak Hill and Beckley did have the best two teams in the state. And one of the reasons that I think the WZTS-TV has changed the format now, where two teams from each region get in the state, was because there were several years where Oak Hill got left out with some great teams, and you'd have like an 8-15 team from another region make the state tournament, and everyone could kind of see, man, Oak Hill's terrific. They should be playing on the big stage down in Charleston. So one of the reasons that I think the change got made was because of games like Oak Hill and Beckley in the 80s and late 90s.
No, I think you're right. You obviously when you have those two pinnacle teams like that, obviously, one team goes, the other team gets left behind, and again, that team that gets left behind many times is far better than some of the teams that make it. But again, the players are going to have to, play here hard tonight. Just like you said, I mean, you're playing on a Saturday night here. in this conference center, and we have a really good crowd. I'm sure more and more people are coming in. So again, Oak Hill is going to have to, I think they're going to have to get out to a quick start. I think they're going to have to, again, play within themselves. The surest way to lose a basketball game is to take bad shots. And, I think, when you're going to play, Beckley here tonight, I think, again, Coach Jackson is going to have to make sure that this team gets off to a good quality start, good ball control, and just make sure you value the ball and don't turn the ball over.
Well, one of the keys to the game, the first game, Doc, was one of Beckley's best players, Elijah Redfern, got into early foul trouble. He had Leonard Farrow on him, and I really think Farrow is an in-your-shirt defender. He gets up in your face, and I think it got in Redfern's head a little bit. Redfern picked up a couple early fouls. He was talking to the crowd. He had a shot. He sat for the biggest part of the first half. Oak Hill had a 5-point lead, and then when they came out in the second half, Redfern came back in the game, but he was really trying to force the action. I don't think he was trying to get his offense in the flow of the game. He was trying to force the action. And Oak Hill, look, I've seen a lot of Oak Hill games this year. That's easily the best I've seen the Red Devils play this year. I do think because it was Beckley that they were a little amped up for it. But again, they are on Beckley's court tonight. I think Woodrow, we're going to see a different team. We're going to see them looking for some revenge tonight, and we'll just have to see. But this is a big game because it's a sectional game, and these games count for more than just because this is determined seeds once you get into sectional and regional play. And right now, when I look on the side of the region where it's Oak Hill, Beckley, Greenbrier East, and Princeton, man, you could throw all those teams in a bucket and dump them out, and they're very even. So you want to try to get these games to get a good seed to try to advance in the postseason.
No, you're absolutely right. Doing the Princeton game at home, that went down to overtime, and unfortunately in overtime, Oak Hill just didn't show up and only scored basically a basket. But I think you're right. I think that game, with Leonard Farrow, and you got guys like Jeremiah Jackson. These guys don't always show up on the box scores with a lot of points. But there's a lot of that tenacity that we are talking about. And basically that's what Oak Hill is going to have to present here tonight is just being tenacious. And that's all about effort. Playing defense and getting rebounds, okay? Oak Hill, sometimes, it falls a little short on that rebounding. And, again, that's why we've got to take good shots. Woodrow's going to have a height advantage. But, again, Leonard Farrow, that game. And, of course, Jeremiah Jackson, he's kind of like that too. Guys that don't always score a lot of points but are able to kind of, like you said, definitely just be pesky, just enough just to be in your face and just basically, doesn't allow that offensive player, to get a really good look at the basket.
The last game when they played, I did radio with George Tabbitt, and our keys to the game before then was Oak Hill cannot get killed on the glass, because that has kind of been the story for the Devils this year. When they struggle, they give up 3 or 4 shots on one possession because they can't grab a rebound. Against Beckley a couple weeks ago, that wasn't the case. They were on the glass. That's the most aggressive I've seen Jacob Purdue all year. He was very aggressive looking for his own shot. I think he had 17 first half points. Then in the second half, I remember mentioning at halftime, Oak Hill's going to have a secondary scorer to complement Purdue. And in the second half, even Vargo Thomas came. He had 14 second half points. The Devils have to try to match that effort again tonight. It is going to be more difficult. They're on the road now. But I'm very anxious to see. It'll be a big win if Oak Hill can come up with it. Beckley is actually on a 7-game losing streak. It's kind of weird for me to say Beckley's 2-7. I'm so used to Beckley, Christy.
I don't remember that ever happening.
That feels weird coming out of my mouth to say that Beckley's 2-7. I've never known Beckley to have that type of year. But I can tell you this: the team that I saw over at Oak Hill a couple weeks ago, that's better than a 2-7 team. They've got talent, and it's just a matter of putting it all together. And I guarantee you that they're wanting to try to get that started tonight and get back on the winning streak, where the calendar's getting ready to turn into February, and they want to set up for a strong March so that they can make a run at the postseason.
Yeah, it's not actually how you start the season, but how you finish. And you're exactly right. You want to go into the sectionals basically playing your best basketball. And I actually agree with you 100%. Sometimes, when you look at these records, you have to really kind of dissect a little bit into each and every game. Same thing with Oak Hill. There's games that could have went either way, and so the same thing with the Flying Eagles. But again, I mean, this is one of those games where you're going to have a bunch of high school kids. They're going to be fired up. We get you in your own court. Like I said, a little bit of social media there that, these kids are going to be fired up here against Oak Hill Red Devils. And I think, again, Oak Hill, like you said, is going to have to come out with a quick start, make sure you get good shots. Because, again, typically as far as rebounding goes, we don't rebound as well as other schools. And, again, you're going to have to play good defense. If you want to, as far as like Woodrow, how do you keep a good team from getting good shots is play good defense. And I think, again, with Leonard Farrow and just in general, I mean, they're a pesky team, a lot of half-court press, and I think you're going to probably see that some here again tonight.
Well, I'm a great armchair coach. I've never lost a game as an armchair coach. One of the things I like to see Oak Hill do, I think they're at their best when they are creating chaos. I like to see them press. They like to go 2-1-2. They'll try to trap you at the half court. When Benitez turns them loose, I think that's when Oak Hill's at its best. Now, he doesn't always turn them loose. He'll show a little token pressure, then he'll back out of it. But I really do think Oak Hill's at their best when they are pressing, getting turnovers, because in the half court, Oak Hill is not a great half court team. If they're trying to play half court basketball and look for their shot, sometimes it gets really ugly. When Oak Hill's at their best, they're turning teams over, they're getting out, they're turning defense into offense, and we'll see if they can do that again tonight. But again, last game, Oak Hill, that was easily, Christy, you've seen several games, that's easily the best I've seen Oak Hill play all year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, and again, to be able to set up that half-court pressure, you're going to make shots. Okay, if you don't make that shot, you can't set up that pressure. So, if Oak Hill's taking bad shots, again, the surest way to lose a basketball game is take bad shots. If you take bad shots, you don't get the rebound. Then what happens, that allows Woodrow to be able to make that quick outlet pass, and you can't get that defense set up. And so, again, I think Oak Hill is going to have to play within themselves, make sure they don't turn the ball over, and make good shots and get out to an early start.
So, Doc, I mentioned we have a little time to kill, so I wanted Christy to talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame. A couple weeks ago when Oak Hill and Woodrow got together, it was Hall of Fame weekend at Oak Hill, and they had a new group of inductees, and I'll brag on her for a minute. The committee that they've put together over there, they have done a fantastic job of making it a real event for these people that they put in the Oak Hill Sports Hall of Fame. We have a nice banquet at the Old Holiday Inn, nice dinner, guest speakers. So, Christy, I wanted you to talk a little bit about that process, some of the people on the committee, and what you guys, when you guys have meetings, how you sit down and decide who gets in the Hall of Fame and what that process is moving forward.
Okay, so the Oak Hill High School Red Devil Sports Hall of Fame, our committee actually meets usually about once a month year-round, and our class just went in a couple of weeks ago, and I'll run through and tell you guys who some of the people are that were inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Jeffrey Alex Ashley, he graduated in 2007. He played football, basketball, and was All-State as a football player. David Wayne Cantley graduated in 2004, football and baseball. He was All-State in football as well. Amanda Lynn Coates, a 2003 graduate, soccer and basketball. She was All-State in soccer. Samantha Kerwood, she was a soccer player and was All-State. Christopher Adam Nelson, he graduated in 2009. He was football, basketball, and track. He was an All-Stater in football. Chris Lawson, another 2009 graduate. He played football, basketball, and track. He was All-State in basketball. He was also a McDonald's All-American nominee. Tyler Ryan Nunn, 2005 graduate, football and baseball. He was a multi-year All-Stater in baseball. Brittany Nicole Thomas, a 2009 graduate, basketball and track. She was a two-time state champion in the discus and was a member of the 2009 Class AA Girls State Championship track team. And then lastly, Keith Shelton, he's a 1989 graduate, and he was on second team All-Stater, and he was a member of that 1989 Oak Hill Red Devil state championship team. So those were the folks that got into the Hall of Fame this year. The members of the committee, I don't know how I got on that committee, but most of the members of the committee are Coach Ray has been our chair. He was the athletic director and a coach at Oak Hill for numerous years. He was also director for the WVSSAC for several years. And then a lot of the other folks that are on it were coaches when I was in school. Tom Mason, Sam Calloway, Fred Ferry, Jerry Epperly, Benitez Jackson, our basketball coach. He's on the committee now, and several others that are involved in sports here at Oak Hill. So that committee, we meet. Some of the criteria for the Hall of Fame are that the inductees are all-staters. They have to be first or second team all-state. And then we also look at character, because we want to make sure that the people we induct are people that the kids that play now can look up to. And so that they have, good character and good values, and that, I think all of them that we've inducted have done really well after they've gotten out of high school as well.
We're going to take a short break. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that out of the break. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors, so come back and join us in a couple of minutes.
Hometown Kia, before the clock expires.
Beckley, between the malls, or online at hometownkia.com.
Welcome to Kobe Asian Fusion. We're located at 100 Town Center Road, Fayetteville. Kobe Asian Fusion specializes in bringing you a wide variety of fresh Asian fusion entrees. We pride ourselves in using only the freshest ingredients and preparing a large portion of our menu in-house. Our General Tso's chicken is deep fried, then tossed in a house-made sweet and spicy sauce, served with broccoli and carrots, along with your choice of fried rice, steamed rice, or lo mein noodles. Our sushi is skillfully crafted using only the freshest ingredients and covered in our house-made sauces. Now, new at Kobe Asian Fusion, come try our all-new boba bar with the best selections around, like my favorite, cotton candy. Kobe Asian Fusion. Kobe Asian Fusion, 100 Town Center Road, Fayetteville. Stop by today and experience it for yourself. At Pendleton Community Bank, we are your bank for generations. Our local bankers are invested in the community. We live here, work here, and serve here. It's generational for us, offering personal loans, auto loans, recreational vehicle loans, real estate loans, and so much more. Our number is 1-866-722-2651. Stop in and see our friendly staff for all your banking needs. Pendleton Community Bank, your bank for generations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Northside, where everybody rides. Northside Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Northside Drive, right off Route 19 in Summersville. Everybody rides at Northside with the state's widest variety of brand new Ram trucks. Ready for work, play, or whatever you want to throw at them. If you could dream it, we could build it. Brand new Jeeps for less at Northside Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Route 19 in Summersville. NorthsideJeep.com, or come see us in Summersville.
Hey, Benjamin Farley here with the Benjamin Farley Agency. We've got some exciting news for you. We're now your new local independent agent with over 30 personal and commercial lines carriers to choose from. So at the Benjamin Farley Agency, we still have the same great staff and service that you've always known us for. However, with more carrier options, we have more availability to help ensure we meet all of your insurance needs. If you've shopped us in the past, give us another call and let us provide you with a comparison. We want to be your #1 choice for all your insurance needs. The Benjamin Farley Agency, a name you've grown to trust, and now your local independent agent for all your insurance needs.
What do these people have in common? They need help breathing. After COVID, he struggled with breathing after climbing stairs. Working 20 years in the mine, this miner was having trouble breathing. Diagnosed with asthma as a toddler, this child couldn't keep up with his friends. After being hospitalized with pneumonia, she was ordered pulmonary rehab. What do these people have in common? They all discovered they breathe easier now, thanks to New Rivers Breathing Center.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Preventive health care is key in helping to avoid future illness and treatment. This includes annual checkups, immunizations, screenings, and lab work. If you've been putting off seeing your doctor, call and schedule your appointment today. While you're scheduling your annual visit, don't forget to ask about the COVID-19 vaccine for those ages 12 and older. Access Health, we're your medical home.
Welcome back. Dr. Paul Connolly in for Bill Laird. I have Chris Rader and Christy Aither-Rader. We are bringing to you here at the Raleigh County Armory and Convention Center Oak Hill basketball. This is part of our Northside Automotive pregame show. You can catch this game on COZI TV and also on Roku. So guys, we've been talking a little bit about this game and about the history of this game. 1989, Oak Hill has not beat Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, and here tonight they have a chance in the same season to come away with 2 wins, which I don't know if that's ever been done.
It has been. In 1989, that was Oak Hill's state championship team, and people from Oak Hill, that was Prevarius Green and Stuff Lynch and Keith Shelton, who just went into the Hall of Fame. Until the Huntington team with O.J. Mayo and Patrick Patterson a few years ago, I thought that was personally the best high school team I'd ever seen in the state of West Virginia. So they beat them a couple times that year. But Doc, it's been a while. And in fairness to Oak Hill, it's not like these schools have played annually since 1989. It was a rivalry throughout the 90s when they were both AAA, but then when Oak Hill dropped to AA, Woodrow dropped off the schedule for several years. So I don't want to make it sound like Beckley's beaten them 150 times in a row, but they have had the best of this rivalry for a long time. So when Oak Hill was able to beat them a couple of weeks ago, it was a real feather in the cap for Red Devil fans like me and Christy. I mean, we were excited about it. I remember at some point in my life thinking, man, I hope Oak Hill beats Beckley one more time. I want to be able to see that. So I was glad I was able to witness it. But again, that was then, this is now. That was 2 weeks ago. we're in the present now, and I think we're going to see a more fired up Woodrow team tonight.
Well, and I think you're right. As far as for these teams, I mean, we're almost into February now, guys, and so this game means a lot. If you're Woodrow Wilson, you try to get back into that winning column because you've had a 7-game losing streak. If you're Oak Hill, you want to take that win and continue to build upon that. You got a 6-5 record with Oak Hill. It looks a lot better if you're 7-5 versus 6-6.
No, absolutely. And Oak Hill's coming off a nice little win over Liberty Raleigh. They want to try to keep that going. But like I mentioned, all the games are important to a certain degree. But when you're playing teams within your own section and your own region, those games take on added meaning because it affects seeding, and it has a mental effect. You want to, when you get into the sectional play, you want to have a memory of beating your rival so that when you go into the game, you're like, hey, we beat these guys before. We can do it again. Let's eliminate them, and let's just move on. So all of these sectional games are big for Oak Hill and Beckley. So, yeah, like you said, it's a chance for Beckley to get off the schneid. It's a chance for Oak Hill to keep a little winning streak going and build some momentum as we're heading into February.
Yeah, so, I don't know, Christy, we always say thing in sports, it is hard to beat a team twice. You can look at that even in the National Football League, getting the playoffs. Some of these teams have met before. And not necessarily the team that won the first go-around is the team that comes out the victor second go-around. Sometimes a lot of it's just scouting. You can have the best scouting report, but until you actually play that team on the court or on the field. And so, there's always a little bit of learning experience. So, again, just like you're saying, Chris, with this 2-7 record, that's a little unusual for Beckley and the Flying Eagles. But just watching them warm up, they got some talented athletes out there. And so, again, I think, we're probably going to see a little bit of a different game here now that we're playing on a Saturday night in the convention center.
I'm anxious to see how Elijah Redfern comes out. The first game, he was really out of his element, had to set most of the first half. If Redfern is on his game tonight, I think Woodrow's going to be a tough out tonight.
Right. Usually whenever you're really good players like that get in a funk, it can sometimes help make some of the others get into a funk too. Sometimes the rest of your players will rise to the occasion and kind of help out where that one player is not doing so great, but then sometimes that one player can drag the rest down. So you just never know what you're going to see from one game to the next. In that first game, Oak Hill they were not great on rebounding throughout the season, but they were really great that night, and Woodrow was really off, and their shots weren't falling. And that could easily go the other way tonight, and that's one of the reasons why we play the game.
No, I think you're right with rebounding. Oak Hill has not been known for a good rebounding team. Most of the teams that Oak Hill has faced, there's been definitely a height disadvantage for the Red Devils. Again, so that makes it even more critical that you take good shots because many times you're not going to get a second, third look opportunity. On the flip side, Oak Hill can't allow that to happen with the Flying Eagles. You got to make sure that they're not getting second and third looks and getting a lot of easy putbacks.
It's not only a height story. Oak Hill's got a couple kids that go 6'2", 6'3", but they're slight. You don't see any big, broad-shouldered kids, maybe outside of Jeremiah Jackson. Jeremiah Jackson has a little muscle on him, but that's really hurt Oak Hill this year as they've just been out-muscled. I know the two games that they've played Princeton's got a couple of kids that look like they belong on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. Yeah, they are jacked.
Absolutely.
And that killed Oak Hill in the first game. And also the second, Oak Hill's played Princeton now twice, lost in overtime both times. And rebounding has been a huge storyline both times. So if they can keep Beckley off the boards and knock down a few shots and set up their half court, I think Oak Hill's got a chance to sweep the regular season series tonight.
Yeah, and we're here again at the Raleigh County Armory and Convention Center here with our Northside Automotive pregame show. Again, we can catch us here on COZI TV and Roku. We're going to take a commercial break. You guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. Trust your car or truck to Bryan Service Center, 409 Main Street in Oak Hill for dependable and affordable service or repair. State inspections, brakes, alignments, air conditioning, oil changes, tires and batteries. With motors and transmissions, Bryan can troubleshoot your problem with up-to-date diagnostic equipment. Brian Stevens, Robbie Stevens, and Dave Massey can get you fixed and on your way without delay. 30 years in Oak Hill. Bryan Service Center across from Plateau Medical Center on Main Street in Oak Hill, your Napa Auto Care Center.
Tyree Funeral Home of Oak Hill and Mount Hope is happy to help provide television coverage of local high school sports. Tyree Funeral Home has proudly served our community since 1915. Joe Tyree, third-generation owner of Tyree Funeral Home, was honored to provide the same level of professional care to the family of singer Hank Williams following his untimely death in 1953. Staffed 24 hours a day, we provide at-need as well as pre-need funeral services. From the traditional to immediate cremation, we are here to meet your need. Call 304-469-3351.
Tyree Funeral Home Incorporated, Oak Hill and Mount Hope. Jonathan D. Wood, licensee in charge.
Byron Services, 309 Adams Street, Montgomery, West Virginia, has everything you need for the well-dressed man. We have shirts 30% off. Sport coats was $125, now just $99.99. Suits valued at $150, now just $129.99. Shirts up to 22 neck size, 36 and 37-inch sleeves, plus shoes by Floorshine, and a large selection of accessories throughout the store. Free alterations from our in-house tailor, too. Byron Services, 309 Adams Street, Montgomery, West Virginia. Call 304-442-5896.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford. Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
At C. Adam Tony Tire Pros, we have the largest selection of inventory in southern West Virginia. All major brand name tires available, but we are more than just tires. Check out our great prices on service, alignments, brakes, shocks, struts, inspections, oil changes, and more. Come in and talk to our friendly, knowledgeable staff or call us at 304-465-1851. Additional locations in Summersville, Hurricane, and 2 convenient Beckley locations. C. Adam Tony Tire Pros, supporting local.
Welcome back. It's Dr. Paul Conley. I'm in for Bill Laird. I have Chris Rader and Christy Aether Rader. We're here at the Beckley Arena and Conference Center with the Oak Hill Red Devils against the Beckley Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles. Game being brought to you by Hometown Kia. And guys, you know, you can already see this. The crowd's starting to get amped up here tonight as we're being introduced to the Beckley Woodrow Flying Eagles. So Chris, again, I mean, I'm going to have you give us the play-by-play, but before the game, maybe you can give us some of your thoughts and your guys' keys to the game here for the Oak Hill Red Devils here.
Again, they don't have to win the battle on the boards, but they can't get killed. They have to at least break even on the battle of the boards, knock down some shots. I think Jacob Purdue is key for Oak Hill. If he gets going early, he's easily their best shooter. And then just try to set up a little 2-1-2, cause some turnovers, and turn defense into offense. If Oak Hill can do that, I think they have a chance to come out of here again with a victory tonight.
So, Christy, you obviously are well-schooled with basketball. So what are your thoughts here again tonight? I mean, 1989 Oak Hill had went on a drought as far as the win. We had a win here 2 weeks ago, and here we got a rematch.
Yeah, you know, I think we've got to do a lot of the same things that we did last couple weeks ago when we were able to pull out the win over Beckley. Is, you know, make sure that we're pulling down those rebounds, that our shots are falling, and you know, the Oak Hill players are pretty scrappy, and I think that that's one of the things that in a lot of their games this season we've watched, and that scrappiness has made a difference.
So I'm going to give you the starting lineup. Oak Hills just came out on the floor. Jacob Purdue, Jeremiah Jackson, Sam Christ, Ethan Vargo Thomas, and Omar Lewis, the starting five for Oak Hill. Beckley comes out. It's Elijah Redfern, Michael Miller, Landon Wolf, Caleb Gravely, and I'm missing one, number 34, Samuel Peck. So the ball's in the air. We're underway here tonight, and right off the bat we have a whistle. We're going to stop play, and I think they might have called a double tap on Jeremiah Jackson, so it's going to be Woodrow ball to start here. Underway, Class 4A action from the Raleigh County Armory. This is Redfern taking in the backcourt. He's being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas. Oak Hill on a man-to-man defense. Over to Gravely, left elbow being watched by Lewis. Top of the key. This is Wolf, who didn't get the start last game. He picks up his dribble. Over to Redfern. Redfern crossover dribble. Tough shot from the elbow. Rattles it home. He got the hometown roll that time, Doc. Beckley goes up 2-0.
Yeah, basically just moved that ball around, I think, Chris, and basically was able just to get a good look and get a good open shot.
So Beckley shows some token pressure, but they leave Purdue open. He is up and jumper, misses. Tracked down by Ethan Vargo Thomas. Vargo Thomas underneath the Christ. His shot is up and good, and that ties the game here at 2 early in the first quarter. Beckley back down the court.
Got to get Sammy Chris involved early. Yeah, we need him to help out Purdue with the offense.
He's coming back from COVID. This is Wolf, top of the key, being watched by Christ. Over to Redfern, being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas. Redfern, left-hand dribble, looking for some help. Handoff now to Wolf. Wolf pulls up at the foul line. Over to Gravely. Back to Redfern. Gets a pick. Double team behind the back dribble. Swings it over to Wolf. Wolf pump fakes. Redfern now with a wide open three from the right elbow is no good. Ball out of bounds of Mike Miller, and that's going to go to Oak Hill. Solid defensive set that time for the Devils, Doc.
Yeah, we need that. We need to be able to, if we can't get the ball turned over, we're going to have to make sure that we play good defense just like we did right here.
So Beckley showing their own token pressure. Ball deflected that time out of bounds by Wolf. It's going to stay here with Oak Hill as Ethan Vargo Thomas is going to inbound to Omar Lewis. So Beckley showing their own pressure. Oak Hill has not been able to get in there. Of course, we're still very early in the game, just a couple made baskets for each team. If you're just joining us, 2-2 at the 6:38 mark early here in the first quarter. And this is Omar Lewis, left-hand dribble. Beckley looks to be in maybe a zone here, Doc. I don't think they're quite. I think that's a 2-1-2.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing a 2-1-2.
So Purdue pump fake, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound jerked down by Michael Miller. That's going to be a foul on Jeremiah Jackson. That's going to be his first, team first.
Yeah, Jackson, as you know, like you just was saying earlier, Chrissy, he's a real baller as far as getting in there and being aggressive, but that time just got a little over-aggressive and then got a little irritated there and committed that foul.
He's an emotional kid. This is Elijah Redfern, right elbow. He gets it over to number 40. That's Gravely. Gravely's shot is no good. Pulled down by Jackson. This is Omar Lewis in transition now for the Devils. Top of the key. Lewis through his legs. Over to Sam Christ. Thought about a three. He's going to back it out now. And Beckley settles back into that 2-1-2. Omar Lewis, right elbow. He's being watched there by Landon Wolf. Lewis now over to Chris. That's a deep three from the left elbow. No good. Rebound pulled down by Ethan Vargo Thomas. He's going to reset it. Over to Omar Lewis. Sam Christ, who just took the deep three that time. Back over to Ethan Vargo Thomas as they're trying to probe this Beckley zone. And Oak Hill's in no hurry right now, being very patient with the ball. This is Purdue. Left corner three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Redfern. This is Woodrow in transition.
He had the wide open shot there, Chris.
That's a shot that Purdue has to take. He loses the ball. This is Jacob Purdue in transition now. 2-1-2 break. Purdue.
Got numbers.
Got it. Numbers. Purdue with the chance for a three-point play as Jacob Purdue gets fouled. And he has a chance to add to it going to the line.
Yeah, we had numbers there, Chris, and was able to make that fast break and was able to score that basket. And now we got a chance for a three-point play.
I do think it's key for Jacob to get off to an early start. He likes to see the ball go through the net. Nice little transition basket that time from Purdue. He finishes it, and Oak Hill now takes a 5-2 lead early here in the first quarter. Elijah Redfern crosses the timeline. Oak Hill in a man-to-man defense. He's being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas. Gets a pick. That's going to be a foul on Jeremiah Jackson, and that's quickly his second. So now Jackson's in foul trouble. Let's see what Benitez Jackson wants to do, looking to replace his nephew.
Yeah, Jeremiah, like you said, sometimes he plays a little bit out of control. A lot of hustle, a lot of tenacity there, but sometimes he's just going to have to play within himself because you get 2 early fouls, you're going to have to sit.
And Doc, Shakir McDowell, who has really not gotten much run at all this year for Oak Hill, is the first guy off the bench. So an interesting substitution here for Benitez Jackson early. This is Landon Wolf. He's going to hand it off now to Gravely, back to Redfern. He swings it over to Landon Wolf, back out to Redfern, being watched by Purdue. Pump fakes. He gets Gravely in the corner. His shot's no good. Rebound pulled down that time. That was number 40 for Beckley. That was Caleb Gravely. Purdue had the rebound and just couldn't snag it.
He just couldn't, yeah, you're exactly right. Purdue actually had the rebound, had his hands on it, just couldn't keep a handle on it, which allowed Woodrow to get that easy putback.
So he finishes the three-point play. So Gravely now with 3, and that ties the game at 5 here with 4:44 on a turning clock here at the Raleigh County Armory. Again, Beckley showing some pressure.
Which sets up Woodrow nicely to set up that full-court presser, and you see what happened right there at the turnover.
Exactly. They almost threw it right back. Redfern tracks it down, though, for Beckley. He's in the deep corner there being watched by Vargo Thomas. Over to Gravely. This is Wolf. Wolf, 3, got it. So Landon Wolf hits his first 3 of the game. That's going to give Woodrow an 8-5 lead, and again, showing that this is a 2-2-1 press now. They've changed it up a little bit. Purdue now finds McDowell, corner 3, back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Redfern. Beckley in transition. He doesn't have numbers, and wisely pulls it back out. He's looking for a pick.
I think Oak Hill, Chris, they should have actually taken a little more time there. I think, that was an ill-advised shot. Set up your offense. I think we just got a little greedy there to take that shot, which unfortunately we didn't have the numbers, which allowed Woodrow to get the rebound, take it right back down the court.
Yeah, that was Shakir McDowell that took that shot. And again, he hasn't played much, but he wasn't shy to pull the trigger. He picked up the foul on the defensive end. As Woodrow triggers it in, this is Redfern looking over to the bench, getting the play. Oak Hill still appears to be in a man defense. This is Gravely over to Wolf, who just hit a 3. He gets it back to Gravely. Gravely got a good look, pulls it, got it. So Caleb Gravely now, that was Sam Peck. Sam Peck hits his first 3 of the game. It's an 11-5 Beckley lead now. Oak Hill breaks the press. This is McDowell. He's now going to pull it back out. He's being watched over there by Gravely. Back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas. Beckley playing a zone. They find Christ in the lane. That's where you got to go. Christ has to make that. Doc, he gets his own rebound, though.
No, you're exactly right. I think in order to beat this Beckley defense, you're going to have to work the ball around. You're going to have to make some multiple passes to work around this defense.
Well, they're getting the ball in the middle. That's what you got to do against the zone. Chris wasn't able to knock it down that time, but that's where you want to go. So Chris now pulls up. This is Purdue. He drives baseline, gets cut off, swings it out to Ethan Vargo Thomas, who gets into the – he drives all the way under the basket, pulls out to Omar Lewis, Sam Chris now. They're passing up some good shots. They really are. So this is Ethan Vargo Thomas, right elbow, over to Omar Lewis. He'll pull a 3, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. That's going to be Beckley ball. And Doc, I got to tell you, I thought Oak Hill had good looks, and they just won't shoot the ball.
Shoot it.
Well, they're playing a little out of sorts right now. I really think that right now Oak Hill is playing a little bit out of sorts. I agree with you 100%. Beckley, they're fired up. They're definitely playing, this press defense. And Oak Hill's just not being able to find that rhythm that they need to get into, that shooter's rhythm.
Well, when you got an open shot, you got to take it. And I thought Oak Hill, frankly, turned down some open looks that time. This is Beckley now in the front court. This is Landon Wolf being watched by Sam Chris. Wolf pulls it out to Gravely. That's Sam Peck. Peck now, that's Gravely in the corner. Feeds underneath the big man Miller. This is Redfern, top of the key. He's going to pull it. That's a deep one, no good. Rebound tracked down by Sam Chris. He's going to get it to Omar Lewis in transition.
Yeah, Oak Hill's going to set up their offense here, Chris.
Purdue driving the lane. He gets it over to it's not Trevor Kelly. It's Purdue 3. Rattles in and out, no good.
That's usually his shot, Chris.
Yeah, he's got to take that. He just didn't knock it down. Rebound pulled down by Redfern, feeds Wolf. He's going to pull it back out now. Ball deflected. This is Peck back out to Redfern. They set it back up as Ron Kidd calls in the play from the sidelines for the Eagles. The ball deflected by Lewis. Redfern tracks it back down. This is Landon Wolf at the left elbow being watched by Omar Lewis. Redfern looking for the big man Miller underneath. Now throws it away, actually. And this ball is going to be tracked down by Oak Hill. That's number 21 who just missed the layup for the Devils.
Oak Hill just out of sorts. That was an easy layup there, missed by Oak Hill.
That was Cade Maynor who just checked into the game. Maynor had a wide open layup, couldn't knock it down. Wolf, right elbow three, no good. Rebound pulled down that time by Gravely. Tries to feed Miller, and we want to have a foul underneath.
Yeah, we got Josh Purdue against Michael Miller, and that's definitely a mismatch, for Woodrow Wilson as far as height advantage, and they've been trying to get that ball into him.
Well, Miller's 6'6". Oak Hill doesn't have anybody that can guard him. So anybody that tries to guard Miller, that's going to be a mismatch underneath. As Miller knocks down his first, they're either going to have to double or just hope that Miller misses the shot. But they don't have anybody that can really guard him and stop him with that 6'6" height advantage. So Miller knocks down the first, 12-5, 109 left here in the first quarter. Class 4A action. Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles and the Oak Hill Red Devils as Michael Miller steps up for his second shot. Second shot is up. That's good. Miller's got his first two of the game. And Beckley now with a 13-5 lead, and again showing a 2-2-1 press.
Beckley's doing what they got to do. I mean, they're actually making their foul shots, and they've been able to make those shots, which again sets up that pressure. And Oak Hill hasn't been able to figure out how to beat it.
And just right on cue, Beckley again causes a turnover there with that press. This is Redfern. He kicks it over to Miller, left elbow. Over in the corner, this is Peck. Back out to Redfern. He's being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas as we're under a minute now left here in the first quarter. Peck, left elbow, being watched by Christ. Over to Gravely. Redfern, right elbow. He swings it over to Wolf, puts it on the court. Trey Foster just checked in the game for Oak Hill. He's watching Wolf there. Beckley's in no trouble. They can hold for the last shot if they choose to. No shot clock in high school.
Absolutely. I think that's what they're going to do unless they get a good shot here.
I thought maybe Chris fouled him. No call that time. So here comes Oak Hill in transition. This is Ethan Vargo Thomas with 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Chris swings it to Purdue, being watched by Landon Wolf. Back out to Chris, and Oak Hill's going to hold for the last shot. Ethan Vargo Thomas, 10 seconds. Back over to Chris. Over to Purdue. He's got a good look. You maybe should have pulled that.
That was a shot right there.
That was the shot. Now they got to take a bad one. Here comes Ethan Vargo Thomas. Gets into the lane. Left-hand shot, no good. And, Doc, they were so focused on getting the last shot that Jacob Purdue passed up a wide-open three.
Absolutely. And there was contact there on that last play there, Chris. Surprised there wasn't a whistle.
We're going to take a break, come back and join us for second quarter action here at the Beckley Raleigh County Armory.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Crown Windows and Doors of Oak Hill, West Virginia is a manufacturer of premium vinyl windows and doors, plus commercial doors and windows. Our products are 100% American made by our local staff. There is no custom size, just your size. Crown Windows and Doors, proudly serving our community for over 50 years. Crown Windows and Doors at 540 Industrial Drive, Oak Hill, West Virginia. Our number is 304-469-2260. To schedule your appointment today.
Local high school basketball on WZTS. COZI TV, brought to you by Hometown Kia.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Paul Connolly in for Bill Laird. I have Chris Rader and Chrissy Aether Rader here as you're watching the Oak Hill Red Devils play the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles. We're here at the Beckley Arena and Conference Center. So, Chris, Woodrow has got a 13-5 lead here, and Oak Hill's now got the basketball.
Yeah, Oak Hill's struggling to find good shots. So this is Oak Hill in the half-court set. Cade Maynor out to Ethan Vargo Thomas. He swings it over to Sam Christ. Again, Beckley playing a 2-1-2 zone. EVT puts it on the floor, backs it back out now. He's going far corner now to Purdue. He's cut off there in double team, trying to find an open man. Gets it to Vargo Thomas, top of the key. He's being watched by Redfern. And again, Oak Hill really struggling to find a good shot here. There's Chris. That's the shot you got to hit. Foul line jumper.
Very
good.
Very good. You got to make that shot right there at the foul line. So very good.
That's where you got to go. It's Cade
Turnover,
Maynard
Chris.
now. Cade Maynard now intercepts the pass. There's Oak Hill in transition. Ethan Vargo Thomas gets into the lane. Left-hand shot up, no good. Rebound
good
follow
putback.
that time.
Absolutely.
Cade
Good putback
Maynard,
there.
nice putback by Cade Maynard. That's his first 2 of the game. And Oak Hill now cuts the lead to 13-9 with 7:06 here on the turning clock.
Yeah, 4 unanswered points there, Chris, by the Oak Hill Red Devils.
So this is Redfern, top of the key. Tries to get inside to the big man. Knocked away. Here comes Ethan Vargo Thomas. 3-on-3. Vargo Thomas. Nice pass. Trey Foster got it.
Absolutely.
Trey
Good job.
Foster now with his first 2 of the game. 6-0 run, and Beckley wants a timeout. Nice run here for the Devils to start the second quarter.
That's 6 unanswered points. We're going to take a quick break here as the Oak Hill Red Devils just had 6 unanswered points. We'll be right back.
It's the Subaru Share the Love event going on now at Hometown Subaru. Great deals on a new 21 Subaru Forester or a 21 Subaru Crosstrek, or incredible savings on a new 22 Subaru Outback and 22 Subaru Ascent. All this month, come into Hometown Subaru for a chance to win a kayak, camping equipment, and a trip to Winter Place Ski Resort. And during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru will make a $250 donation to charity for every new Subaru sold. Hometown Subaru, Beckley between the malls, or online at hometownsubaru.com.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Paul Cunningham for Bill Laird. We have Chris Rader and Christy Aether Rader. This game is being brought to you by COZI TV, and also you can find us on Roku. So, Chris, 6 unanswered points by the Oak Hill Red Devils here. We'll now cut this lead from down to 13-11 here.
Well, they got a couple nice turnovers on the defensive end. They had a nice little transition break to Trey Foster. So they're back in the game now, 13-11. This is Redfern now. It has the ball knocked away, tracked down by Landon Wolf, though. He's working on Trey Foster. A little loose with the dribble. Back out to Redfern, and Woodrow will reset their offense as Redfern is watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas at the top of the key. Redfern left-hand dribble, pulls up, left elbow jumper is good. And Elijah Redfern, if he gets going, can do that. He's Beckley's best offensive player. He's been more of a facilitator so far, though, Doc.
Well, they're sticking with this pressure defense. As you know, whenever Woodrow Wilson makes that shot, they're going to set up this pressure right here.
Vargo Thomas breaks the press. This is Cade Maynard over to Trey Foster. Right elbow back to Maynard. His corner 3, no good. Rebound pulled down that time by Gravely. 2-on-2 break. Redfern. We're going to have a block now called on Ethan Vargo Thomas. I thought that was one of those that should have been just let him play on, no call. That's going to be EVT's first foul of the game. Let's see if they're going to call that a shooting foul. That's going to put Redfern on the line. 15-11, 6:01 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. We had a play like that earlier, and they had a no call, and this time we got the block called against us.
If it creates an advantage for one team or another, yeah, I call it. I didn't think that created an advantage one way or another for either team. Redfern knocks down the first shot, not make it 16-11. He's going to get his second. Ball up in the air. That's good. Redfern now has a game-high 6, and Beckley's lead is 6, 17-11.
Set that press up again, Chris. We got to be able to beat this press. You got to make sure you value the ball. Sammy Chris got a little lax right there.
Absolutely. Sam Peck stripped him from behind. This is Peck, left elbow over to Redfern. Redfern top of the key, back over to Peck, left elbow. They're trying to find Mike Miller inside. Looking for the big man. He's posting up on Chris. This is Redfern, left elbow, being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas. Redfern puts it on the floor between his legs. Tough jumper, good defense, got it.
He's feeling it there, Chris. You know, he's been able to do that dribble drive and be able to get a little separation, getting that separation, get an open look.
Well, that's what he can do, and if he hits those shots, there's not much you can do. As Cade Maynard throws it away, here's Landon Wolf now in transition as Beckley's extended the lead back out to 19-11. Redfern top of the key, over to Wolf, right elbow.
Got to have ball control there. I mean, that was just a bad pass. Just again, just wasn't really paying attention where he's throwing the ball. And I tell you what, Woodrow's defense has been pesky, as you say here, Christy, at the Raider. They're showing a lot of tenacity themselves.
Yeah, they are.
So this is Redfern, left elbow. He swings it over to Gravely, over to Landon Wolf. He has a good look at a 3. That ball is good. As Landon Wolf knocks down his second 3 of the game, he's got 6, and now it's a double-digit lead.
That's his spot. That's where he made a three-pointer against us before.
Absolutely. This is Cade Maynard now, long pass in the front court, over to Sam Christ. He picks up his dribble, back to Maynard. Now they'll reset the offense with Ethan Vargo Thomas. Vargo Thomas gets all the way into the lane. Nobody picked him up. He picks up his dribble.
Ran into traffic there.
Finally, the big man stopped him underneath. Purdue over to Sam Christ, top of the key. Thought about a 3. Gets it over to Ethan Vargo Thomas, where nearing 4 minutes here left here in the second quarter. Oak Hill, after cutting into the lead, now trailing 22-11.
It's definitely been a game of runs here, guys. I mean, we've seen runs on both teams here. Now we got Woodrow Wilson with the run, and Oak Hill seems a little stymied here on offense.
That's a deep three by Chris that he knocks down. That was an NBA three. Chris has 7 now, and that cuts the lead to 22-14. Wolf, top of the key, being watched by Trey Foster. Back over to Redfern. Looking for the big man. This is Miller posting up on Purdue. It's going to be a charge on Mike Miller.
Absolutely, you can't do that, Chris. He daggone took his arm and elbow there, knocked Purdue down. They're going to call that.
So Benitez Jackson looking to make a couple of substitutions. Leonard Farrow, who had played really nice against Beckley the first game, checks in for Trey Foster. Malachi Lewis comes in for Cade Maynor, so we lose some size. Oak Hill going small here, Doc.
Yeah, but like you said, Farrow, he's good on defense, which is something that we need right now because Woodrow's been getting some good open looks, and they've been making those shots.
Ron Kidd makes his first substitution of the game, too. Is Jalen Walton checks in. Long pass. You can't do that. Yeah, they're not showing any poise with that. Long pass, they just throw out of bounds. So, again, that press is bothering them, causes yet another Oak Hill turnover. And Beckley gets the ball back here with an 8-point lead.
And we talked about, pregame, Oak Hill's going to get to a quick start. They have not. They got to value the ball and watch turnovers. And unfortunately, they've not done any of that thus far.
So this is Landon Wolf being watched by Malachi Lewis. Over to Jalen Walton. Redfern being watched by Farrow, who did a good job on him in the first game. Over to Sam Peck. Wolf, he's looking underneath Walton. Got good position. Nice pass intercepted, though, by Farrow, and Farrow throws it away.
Farrow makes a really great play right there, and then just loses the ball, just loses the handle. And good play on defense, but you got to make sure that you got someone to pass the ball to.
Yeah, that's in the last few minutes. I've seen at least 3 really bad passes that Oak Hill players have made. We got to watch that.
Unforced error. So Beckley, 22-14 lead as we near 3 minutes left here before halftime. Farrow watches Redfern. Gets over to Landon Wolf. He drives baseline. Nice, tough drive. Got it. Landon Wolf.
Yeah, he made that first step on his man there, Chris, and was able to get that first step and just drove the lane and made an easy layup.
So extends the lead back out to 10. Wolf now has 8. Wolf didn't play that much in the first game. He's making his presence known this game. There's Chris. That's the jumper you got to have.
That's a shot you got to make, Chris. Got to make that shot.
Sam Chris having a nice game. He's got 9 points now to lead Oak Hill. That cuts the lead back to 24-16. So this is Peck being watched by Omar Lewis. Again, they're looking inside. Try to get inside the big man. They got it. Mike Miller, that's too easy.
Too easy there. And again, like you said, you can't beat yourself here. That was just way too easy. Just got the ball underneath. And again, size advantage against Oak Hill.
So the little half-court trap. This is Leonard Farrow. He almost throws away. Knocked out of bounds by Landon Wolf. He wanted Jacob Purdue there in the far corners. Again, this pressure from Beckley's really bothered the Devils tonight. And Oak Hill hasn't shown their own pressure. I thought Oak Hill might show their own pressure. So far, they haven't, Doc.
But again, you got to make shots. If you're not make shots, you can't get that pressure set up. So when you don't make shots, that allows Beckley to get back on the offensive side.
Purdue loses it. Here comes Elijah Redfern now. Beckley's got numbers. Redfern all the way behind his back.
Good move.
Beautiful move by Elijah Redfern that time.
Good move, but again, that was all set up by a miscue by Oak Hill Red Devils. Again, we can't beat ourselves here.
Purdue, corner 3, quickly got it. They needed that.
That's his shot. He's got to find that shot there, Chris. That's where he likes to shoot the ball in the corner.
Purdue knocks down his first 3 of the night. He's got 6, 28-19 Beckley's. We're near a minute and a half left here in the first half. This is Wolf over to Peck, being watched by Omar Lewis. Picks up his dribble. Here comes Farrow doing his thing. Farrow can't. Yes, he did. I thought I was going to rim out for a minute there. Leonard Farrow gets his first 2 of the game, and that cuts the lead to 28-21. Doc, he's really pesky. That's why he's in the game, to play defense. He's watching Redfern all the way into the lane. Tough shot. Got it. Wow.
I really thought he took an extra step there, Chris. I thought he actually traveled, but they didn't call it.
I said I want to see how Elijah Redfern came out and played this game, and he's got his stamp on it. He's really played well, and he's keyed Beckley to a 9-point lead. So we're under a minute left here before halftime. This is Purdue. Right elbow, no good. Back iron, no good. Pulled down by Jalen Walton. And here comes Redfern in transition. A lot of contact coming down the court. They're actually going to call that on Elijah Redfern. Doc, this is what happened the first game. Farrow got in his head, got in his shirt, and that's exactly what happened.
Watching him down there, he's doing a whole lot of talking, and I think some of those Oak Hill boys are starting to kind of do a little bit back.
Well, you guys are right. Farrow, he's just pesky. He can run with any of these guys. I mean, he's a great athlete, great football player, and again, he's very good as far as playing defense here as well.
So 2-1-2 zone for Beckley, 30-21. There was 30 seconds left here in the first half. This is Omar Lewis, top of the key. He's got his brother Malachi, foul line extended. They're actually talking to each other. They seem to be arguing with each other like brothers do. Omar thought Malachi should have done something with the ball instead of kick it right back out to him.
Got 15 seconds, Chris. Going to do something with the ball.
So Omar Lewis, under 10 seconds now, gets a key pick from Farrow. This is Chris. Purdue, corner three, air ball, no good. That's going to go out of bounds off Jay.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want to play tough and want to hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe
WZTS COZI TV, brought to you by Hometown Kia.
What do these people have in common? They need help breathing. After COVID, he struggled with breathing after climbing stairs. Working 20 years in the mine, this miner was having trouble breathing. Diagnosed with asthma as a toddler, this child couldn't keep up with his friends. After being hospitalized with pneumonia, she was ordered pulmonary rehab. What do these people have in common? They all discovered they breathe easier now, thanks to New Rivers Breathing Center.
If you live, work, or worship in Fayette County, then you are eligible to join Alloy Federal Credit Union. Alloy Federal Credit Union has 2 locations serving you. One at 515 Hinkle Road, right here in Fayetteville at Dove Village Shops, and we are also located at 3574 Midland Trail, Alloy, West Virginia.
Alloy Federal Credit Union, bridging the gap to all of Fayette County.
State Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Mid-State Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Gardner's Grocery, located at 6224 Meadowbridge Road, West Virginia. Hours of operation Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have the freshest produce department, the freshest meat department, and Karen's Deli, featuring premium turkey and premium ham, with Krelschmar meats, which are gluten-free, no MSG, no fillers. Only the finest ingredients with Krelschmar legendary taste. Gardner's Grocery Store has all of your grocery needs. Here at Gardner's Grocery Store, we pride ourselves on fresh meats, fresh produce, and the best customer service around. Check us out on Facebook, and we look forward to seeing you in person at Gardner's Grocery Store, 6224 Meadowbridge Road, or give us a call at 304-438-7400.
King Cole Chevrolet has the best selection of GM certified pre-owned vehicles, and December is the best time of the year to purchase. Trades are at an all-time high, and King Cole is paying top dollar for your vehicle, even if you don't buy ours. And announcing the King Cole Customer Benefit Plan. 1 year of complimentary maintenance on all new and used vehicles, and rates as low as 2.9% available to qualifying buyers. Take a short drive to Oak Hill or online at KingColeChevy.com. Get your best deal every day at King Cole Chevrolet.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Preventive health care is key in helping to avoid future illness and treatment. This includes annual checkups, immunizations, screenings, and lab work. If you've been putting off seeing your doctor, call and schedule your appointment today. While you're scheduling your annual visit, don't forget to ask about the COVID-19 vaccine for those ages 12 and older. Access Health, we're your medical home.
The holiday lists are checked off. Now it's time to fill in the brackets.
Let's put Kia front and center.
Post up now and get your deal on a new Kia from Hometown Kia. Hometown Kia is putting the full court press on savings, and all of our new Kias are off the bench. We have Telluride playing forward and Sportage and Seltos taking care of the backcourt.
Beat the buzzer and get your new Kia at Hometown Kia before the clock expires.
Beckley between the malls or online at hometownkia.com.
New River Engineering Incorporated, along with S&S Engineers, are two outstanding companies providing quality engineering and surveying services, plus one common goal: equal and exceptional economic, professional, and personal solutions for your every need, providing our clients a true comprehensive solution for all their engineering and surveying needs. New River Engineering Incorporated, along with S&S Engineers.
Hello, I'm Debbie.
And I'm David. And
welcome to Ace Hardware in Raynell. At Ace Hardware, we have all your canning supplies. We have spices for salsa, pizza mix, and all kinds of different spices for pickles. We have canners, canning books, jars and jar lids. We have everything you need for canning this year.
Also at Ace Hardware in Raynell, we have a full selection of steel products, both trimmers and chainsaws and blowers. We also make chainsaw chains for various makes and models of chainsaw, all sizes and bar lengths.
At Ace Hardware in Raynell, we also make responder keys and the fobs at a fraction of what the dealer would charge you.
Plus, we do sections of sewer pipe. We also cut sewer pipe to length for people. Ace is a place for all your plumbing needs.
Also here at the Ace Hardware in Raynell, we have a large selection of paint. We have over 3,000 custom colors that we can mix. We can match any paint colors that you bring in. Ace is a place with the helpful hardware folks in Raynell.
Local high school basketball on WZTS. COZI TV, brought to you by Hometown Kia.
Welcome back to Oak Hill Basketball. I'm Dr. Paul Connolly in for Bill Laird. We have Chris Rader and Christy Aether Rader. You've been watching Oak Hill play Woodrow Wilson. We are here at the Raleigh County Armory and Convention Center. We're the halftime show, which is COZI Asian Fusion and Access Health. So, guys, we've seen some runs here for both teams. Oak Hill made a run and got that score back within a couple points, but unfortunately, Woodrow with that pesky defense was able to pull away, and they now have a 9-point lead.
So I think the key for Beckley tonight has been that 2-2-1 and 2-1-2 press they're running. They've caused a lot of turnovers for Oak Hill. And then I mentioned in the pregame about Elijah Redfern, how he got out of his element in the first game, got into some foul trouble. I wanted to see if he would be a key. He's been fantastic. He had 12 points in the first half. He was the key to the Woodrow success. Christy, I'm going to let you break down some of the leading scorers for the first half for both teams.
All right, for the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, their lead scorer was Elijah Redfern, as you had mentioned just a minute ago. Then they have Wolf with 8 points, Miller with 4, Peck with 3, and Gravely with 3. Then for our Oak Hill Red Devils, the leading scorer in the first half, Sam Christ with 9 points, then Purdue with 6, Farrow with 2, Maynard with 2, and Trey Foster with 2.
You know, Dr. Conley, within that zone, they really have to get into the lane. And Sam Christ he's found some open shots. He's got 9 points. If they can keep exploiting that, I think Oak Hill can again get back in this game if Chris can keep knocking down those foul line jumpers.
I think it's important too that we make good passes. That has been a huge problem this entire game so far. We've made some really poor passes, poor judgment on some things like that. And I think that we need to pay attention to where we're at too, because there were a couple of turnovers that if they'd paid attention to their surroundings and where people were, I think probably wouldn't have happened.
No, I agree. And again, one of our sponsors will make sure we mention Fayette Awning and Glass. And again, we're here at the halftime show being brought to you by COZI Asian Fusion Access Health. But you're right, guys. Unforced errors and some turnovers has really bit Oak Hill. Jeremiah Jackson got in foul trouble early in the first half. He had to sit, so hopefully get Jeremiah Jackson back in here. He again, adds a little bit to the defense, but beat that defense at Oak Hill is half in the face. You're going to make good passes, like you said, Christy. Make good passes. Make sure you take good shots. Again, the surest way to lose a basketball game is take bad shots.
No, absolutely. We're getting ready to start the second half, and it looks like Jeremiah Jackson, who started the game, like you mentioned, Doc, had to set just a minute or so into the game. He's back out on the court for Oak Hill. He's probably our best bet to guard Mike Miller, the big guy inside. Beckley has their starting lineup back out on the floor. Wolf, Redfern, Gravely, Peck, and Miller. So Beckley gets the ball to start the second half, up 30-21. And this is Elijah Redfern being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas over to Wolf, left elbow. He's looking for a pick from Mike Miller. Gets into the lane, kicks it back out to Wolf. Good open look at a three. No good. Rebound pulled down and controlled by Jeremiah Jackson. Here comes the Red Devils in transition.
Yeah, there you go, Jeremiah Jackson. That's what we need underneath. He's good at getting the rebound.
He's got to stay out of foul trouble, you're right. But he gives us an inside presence. This is Omar Lewis, left elbow again, trying to probe that Beckley zone. Sam Christ trying to get in the lane. They find him. Kick it back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas.
Just lost the handle there, Chris.
Yeah, he just lost it for a minute there. Thinks about a three. He goes ahead and pulls that top of the key. Got it, Sam Christ.
He got fouled on that play there too, Chris. They didn't call it.
I agree. I thought that could have been a 4-point play.
Absolutely, he hit the court there. So, but good Sammy Christ, we need that.
Yeah, he's had a nice game tonight for Oak Hill. He's leading scorer with 12 points. So this is Redfern. He gets into the lane, pulls up that little man. He is killing that little mid-range jumper.
That's tough to defend because he does a dribble drive, then he stops real quick, stops on a dime, basically gets separation from the defender.
And he hasn't missed. This is Purdue 3. He left it short. That rebound goes out of bounds off of Wolf. That's going to stay here with Oak Hill. No, Redfern, and he's taking tough shots. It's not like Oak Hill's defending him, but, man, if he's going to hit those little 16, 17-foot jumpers with a hand in his face, you just got to tip your cap to him. So this is Ethan Vargo Thomas trying to inbound the ball out front to Omar Lewis. Lewis crosses the timeline. Oak Hill down by 8 here early in the third quarter. This is Chris at the foul line inside that zone. Lewis is going to pull the three and got it.
Absolutely good shot. Wide open look there, Omar Lewis.
That's typically not Omar Lewis's game to shoot the three, but he had to look, took it, and that cuts it to 5 here as Beckley now on offense. This is Redfern over to Wolf, top of the key. He's going to take a three. Back irons it, no good. Pulled down, though, by Sam Peck. So Beckley's going to reset their offense here.
Yeah, that's an offensive rebound that Beckley's been able to get where Oak Hill has just not been able to get some of those defensive rebounds.
Yeah, you want to be able to get those, not give them an extra possession here. This is Wolf all the way into the lane. He feeds the big man Miller. Knocked out of bounds by Jeremiah Jackson. He'll stay here with Beckley under 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Oak Hill, though, is cut into the lead, 32-27. It was a 9-point lead at halftime. Let's see if the Devils can get a stop here. They left a man open in the corner. That was Gravely. He left it short. Littlest man on the court, Omar Lewis, gets the rebound. Quickly in the transition. Nice pass to Chris. Reverse layup. No good. Jackson fights for the rebound. Couldn't quite control it as Sam Peck came out with it for Beckley. That was a nice pass by Omar Lewis, though.
Absolutely. Sammy Chris just basically got a little bit too far under the basket.
Yeah. That's a tough shot right there. Left it short. Gets his own rebound. That's going to be Gravely who knocks it up and in. Gravely now with 5.
Another second chance opportunity for Woodrow there.
Yeah, we mentioned rebounding would be key. And don't call that. I knew they were going to call that. That's a flop. That's a flop. I'm sorry.
Not one of those calls that you want to see. They could have let them play that.
And I knew he was going to call it. I knew he would, but it was a flop.
Yeah, definitely Woodrow, a little acting going on there. Maybe should get an Academy Award on that. But unfortunately, that's another turnover, Chris.
It sure is. So this is Redfern now. Nice through-the-leg dribble. He kicks it over to Peck. 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller. He's going to be fouled by Jacob Purdue, and Beckley size starting to play a part here in the second half as they're really starting to control the glass. I have that as Purdue's 3rd foul. Now, that's unofficial. I might be wrong on that. I hope not, because that'll put him in foul trouble. So Beckley triggers the ball back inbounds. This is Redfern, top of the key. Woodrow with a 7-point lead under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Redfern's going to just take his time out here and, just eye things over, being able to take an open look. As you see, he does this dribble drive move again, which is what he's been doing.
Oh, loses it. Here comes Omar Lewis. He's by himself on a break. Lewis left-hand layup. He blew it. Unbelievable. Now, that's going to be a foul. Who are they going to call that on? That's going to be on Omar Lewis. And, man, he was by his lonesome, and he just missed the left-hand layup right time and then compounded a mistake by committing a foul.
Like you said, Christy, Oak Hill's just not – they're out of sync. That's just a layup that you do in practice. He's probably made that shot 1,000 times.
There have been a couple of easy layups that they've missed tonight.
Benitez Jackson is really hot. He thought there should have been a foul on Beckley, and he's giving the refs an earful right there. So this is Beckley Peck, right elbow, being hounded by Omar Lewis. Really bothering him. Almost threw that away. This is Wolf driving on Trey Foster. Tough shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Sammy Christ. So Chris now in transition looks up for Jackson. Nice kick out to Ethan Vargo Thomas.
Got to work that ball, Chris. Got to work the ball around this defense.
So Lewis left elbow gets into the lane, kicks it out. Trey Foster 3, no good. Rebound that time pulled down by Peck. Good look that time by Trey Foster. Just couldn't knock it down. Here's Redfern in transition. He's going to take a quick 3. That's ill-advised. That's an air ball from Redfern. And that's the bad Elijah Redfern. That's what he did a little bit in the first game where he just forced the action, Doc.
Well, again, we're not able to get any offensive rebounds. We're getting one shot, and we're going to have to make good shots because, again, we're not being able to get good offensive rebounds.
Sammy Chris breaks the press all the way into the lane. They're going to call a block that time on Mike Miller. Benitez Jackson says thank you very much. He wanted that call a couple possessions ago. That's Miller's second. That's Beckley's first team foul here in the first half. So Oak Hill is going to trigger the inbounds down 34-27 with 3:44 left here in the third quarter. This is Purdue, right elbow over to Omar Lewis. Thinks about a 3, decides not to, gets in the lane, kicks it out to Ethan Vargo Thomas. He drives baseline, feeds. That's a tough pass. Jeremiah Jackson can't quite handle it. Trey Foster tracks it down for Oak Hill. Gets it to Chris. Chris gets into the lane.
That's
nice.
a shot. That's a shot he's got to make. He's got to make that shot right there around the free throw line.
And he's done it. Sammy Chris has had a nice game. He's got 14. That cuts it back to a 5-point lead. Beckley now half-court offense. This is Landon Wolf being watched by Trey Foster. Wolf, he's driving it. Kicks it back out to Peck. Peck picks up his dribble, gives it to Redfern, being watched by Omar Lewis. Now, Redfern's got a size advantage. He can get the shot over. Lewis does it. That's short, though. Pulled down by Ethan Vargo Thomas.
Got numbers.
He's got Lewis. Lewis by himself. Got it. And he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, he's just playing hesitant there. He had the easy layup stop there, but he actually was able to draw the foul by stopping the layup right there. He was making the layup, and that got a chance for a 3-point play.
So Omar Lewis, who missed the layup a couple possessions ago, gets one, draws the foul on Sam Peck, and has a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play to cut the lead to 2. So Elijah Waller checks into the game now for Sam Peck for Woodrow. And we see Leonard Farrow coming to the scorer's table as Lewis can't quite knock down the foul shot. 3-point game. Absolutely. You got to knock down the free ones. So we got down to one possession game. This is Elijah Redfern being watched by Ethan Vargo Thomas. 2:36 left here on the turning clock here in the third quarter. Redfern, left elbow, looking for a pick. He gets it. Oak Hill switches that. Redfern now tough turnaround shot at the foul line. No good. Rebound pulled down by Jeremiah Jackson. Here comes Vargo Thomas. He's fouled, but I cannot believe that was not called.
That's definitely contact, Chris. In basketball, when you knock a guy down and basically take his head off, I don't know how that's not a foul.
There's no excuse for that not to be called. I'm sorry. That was terrible. The whole arena saw that, except for the 3 officials on the court, apparently. I'm sorry. They're doing their best, but that was terrible. You got a Trey Foster 3. Got it. That ties the game.
Got it there. Tie ball game, Chris.
Trey Foster now has 5, and the crowd comes alive as Oak Hill has knotted this game at 34 with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Landon Wolf being watched by Foster. He gets it over now to Waller, who's checked in, top of the key.
Jeremiah Jackson's really doing good underneath, keeping the big man out of the game.
This is Wolf, left elbow 3, got it. Landon Wolf has hit some big shots for Beckley tonight. He's got 11. That's his third 3 of the game.
Woodrow setting up that defense again, Chris.
Yeah, that sets up the press.
Shot.
You're right. So this is Farrow. He crosses the timeline and just loses the ball. He dribbled it off his foot. Here's Redfern in transition. Driving on.
Definitely traveling. That foot drug 3 feet.
Yeah, they called the travel. Redfern was driving on Sam Chris. Chris held his ground. Redfern turns it over. So 1:31 left here in the third quarter. Oak Hill has cut it down to a 3-point lead. It was a 9-point lead at halftime. So the Devils working against this press. This is Ethan Vargo Thomas. They got to get it across the timeline. They have to be cognizant of that. They got to get it across the timeline. He does. He's got it knocked away by Redfern. I thought that was a foul, honestly. This is Chris in the deep left corner. He gets it back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas, and he looks over to Benitez Jackson. That's a deep 3 by Chris. Got it. Sammy Chris has brought his A game tonight.
He is hitting almost everything he shoots.
He's feeling it.
Yeah, Sammy Chris got the hot hand. We got to try to find him.
That was a deep 3 from Chris that time, too. Trey Foster does a nice job.
Oak Hill ball.
Trey Foster knocked it away from Wolf. Wolf thought that went off on Trey Foster. I frankly thought it did, too. Ron Kidd is arguing the call, but it looks like that's going to stay with Oak Hill.
I think that's a give back. I think that might be because, those officials know they blew one earlier. I think maybe they're going to give us one here.
I think you might be right. That might be a give back call. So tie game, under a minute left here in the third quarter. Ethan Vargo Thomas over to the red hot Sammy Chris. He's over at the left elbow. He's pulling it from anywhere. Benitez Jackson is actually talking to Chris, and they're just letting the clock tick down. And Oak Hill can hold for the last shot. Again, no shot clock in high school basketball. 37-37 here at the Beckley Raleigh County Armory as the crowd comes alive. The crowd is gotten into it. It's been an intense third quarter here.
Absolutely. I think, again, we're going to play for that last shot, going to make some multiple passes. Again, look for Sammy Chris. He's got the hot hand.
He's knocked down everything. So we're 15 seconds on a ticking clock. Beckley in a 2-1-2 press. This is Chris, left elbow, being watched by Waller. Ethan Vargo Thomas. We're now under 6 seconds. You got to go.
Got 4
Vargo
seconds.
Thomas. Chris, corner, pulls up. No good. The ball's tipped up by Jeremiah Jackson. That's no good. At the end of 3, we're tied here at 37-37. We're going to take a quick break and come back with fourth quarter action here at the Beckley Raleigh County Armory.
List are checked off. Now it's time to fill in the brackets.
Let's put Kia front and center.
Post up now and get your deal on a new Kia from Hometown Kia. Hometown Kia is putting the full court press on savings, and all of our new Kias are off the bench. We have Telluride playing forward and Sportage and Seltos taking care of the backcourt.
Beat the buzzer and get your new Kia at Hometown Kia before the clock expires.
Beckley between the malls or online at hometownkia.com.
New River Engineering Incorporated, along with S&S Engineers, are 2 outstanding companies providing quality engineering and surveying services, plus one common goal: equal and exceptional economic, professional, and personal solutions for your every need, providing our clients a true comprehensive solution for all their engineering and surveying needs. New River Engineering Incorporated, along with S&S Engineers.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Paul Connie here for Bill Lair. We got Chris Rader and Christy Aether Rader. Guys, it is a 37-37 ball game here in the fourth quarter as Oak Hill Red Devils are battling back against the Woodrow Flying Eagles as we're playing here at the Beckley Arena Conference Center.
Yeah, 9-point lead at halftime. Oak Hill battled all the way back. They tied it up. They start the ball here with the fourth quarter, and this is Ethan Vargo Thomas setting up the offense. Beckley again. They look like they're in a 2-3, so they switched up that zone. Trey Foster over to the red-hot Sam Christ, who has 17. He's the leading scorer of the game so far, working on the wall. We're back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas. Christ thought about a deep three. Vargo Thomas, he doesn't really pull that three too much. They're just...
They made one earlier. He sure did, so he knows he can do that shot.
Trey Foster, left elbow, back out to Vargo Thomas. He's out near half court. Again, Oak Hill in no hurry here against this 2-3 zone. Chris, pump fake, back out to Vargo Thomas. This is Chris, the foul line extended. See what he does. Out to Trey Foster, who's already hit 1-3. And Oak Hill, very patient possession. Sammy Chris with Miller there. He decides not to force it over the taller Miller.
Well, that's what Beckley's doing. They got Miller in there, so whenever Sammy Chris gets the ball there at the free throw line, Miller's pulling up, and right there it is again.
So Chris almost walks with, and he does walk with it. Yeah.
Yeah. They give it to Chris now. You got Miller, the big man, 6'6", getting in his face. It's making a much more difficult shot for Sammy Chris to make that.
He might. I'll tell you what I'd love to see him do. Maybe catch the ball, turn around, and give him a little pump fake, a little head fake, get him off his feet. Trey Foster checks out of the game. Jacob Purdue's Oak Hill's leading scorer, been fairly quiet tonight with 6. He checks back in the game, though. So this is Elijah Redfern being watched by Farrow over the right elbow. This is Waller for Woodrow over to Peck, top of the key. Almost throws it away. Redfern being watched by Farrow. Drives, cut off by Jackson. Tough shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by
Jackson with the rebound. That's what Jackson does best, is get that rebound.
He's made his presence known here in the second half. He's given Oak Hill good minutes.
And I like that Jackson's putting Farrow again on Redfern because Farrow's a good defender. What he lacks on the offensive side, he definitely makes up on the defense.
Deep three, Chris, back irons it, no good. Tracked down by Purdue. Vargo Thomas, 3.
In and out. In and out. That's a shot he made earlier in the first half.
And Purdue hits the deck. Benitez Jackson wanted a foul. No foul to be had. They called him for a walk as he fell with the ball. So that's going to be Beckley ball.
We played 2 minutes, guys, without
scoreless fourth quarter so far for both teams. Still tied at 37. This is Landon Wolf being watched by Sammy Chris. Wolf thought about, and he just got his pocket picked by Chris.
Absolutely.
Great D that time by Sammy Chris on Landon Wolf. Vargo Thomas brings it across. Beckley in a 2-3 zone. They tried to find, that's going to be a kickball.
That's kickball. That's going to be our ball.
That'll stay here with Oak Hill. Beckley been in a zone the whole game, Doc. That surprises me a little bit.
Well, I think what they've done there with that is Michael Miller's playing there at the center position, and when they tried to get the ball into Sammy Chris, he's pulling up and they're double teaming him.
Absolutely. So this is Farrow. Purdue, corner 3. Got it! No, they're going to wave it off.
They're waving it off, Chris.
They're going to call an off-the-ball foul. I think that might be Jeremiah Jackson. That's going to be his third. But Jackson set the pick to free up Purdue in the corner, but they said he was a moving screen.
Yeah, he did not get his feet set there. But, it was good that Purdue was able to make that shot. So we need to see more of that.
So this is Redfern. He gets into the lane way too easy. That's going to be a charge on Elijah Redfern as Sammy Christ took the charge. That's going to be Redfern's second foul. He didn't like the call. I think he thought maybe that Christ was inside that arc area there. But regardless, that's going to be Oak Hill ball as we're still, Doc, 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. No one has scored.
Yeah, Oak Hill here, Woodrow's getting back in that 2-3 zone again. They're not doing the press. So Oak Hill's going to have to move that ball around and throw over that press.
I'm frankly surprised that Beckley isn't pressing as much because that gave Oak Hill some trouble in the first half. This is Farrow in the corner, back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas being watched by Waller. Christ puts it on the floor baseline. He's cut off, almost throws it away. Trying to trap. They got Purdue. He puts it on the floor, gets all the way into the lane. A lot of contact, no call. Farrow loses it. Redfern comes out with it. Here we have a break, 2-1-2. Redfern wisely decides to pull it out, and Beckley's going to reset their offense. Oak Hill in a man-to-man defense as Leonard Farrow is on Elijah Redfern. Under 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, still 37-37. Redfern, left-hand dribble, throws it away.
Absolutely threw it away, back to Sammy Christ.
Christ, he comes all the way across the timeline. He's going to pull it back out. He was cut off by Landon Wolf that time. Purdue, Christ, left elbow, back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas as Beckley back in that 2-3 zone.
I think we know, again, Jeremiah Jackson, if we can get another screen set there again, we saw Purdue make that shot down here in the corner where he's at right now. That's the shot.
He thought about it. He thought about pulling that trigger, and he just couldn't do it that time. So, again, Oak Hill in no hurry here. We're nearing the 4-minute mark here in the game. Vargo Thomas, Chris, left elbow. That's no good. But the rebound pulled down, fought for. Farrow has it. We have a whistle, and we'll have a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them. Come back and join us for the final 4 minutes of the game. Oak Hill 37, Beckley 37.
Everybody rides. Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat. Northside Drive right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Everybody rides at Northside with the state's widest variety of brand new Ram trucks. Ready for work, play, or whatever you want to throw at them. If you could dream it, we could build it. Brand new Jeeps for less at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat. Route 19 in Summersville. NorthsideJeep.com or come see us in Summersville.
In 1978, Alan and Wilma Fox moved back from their Ohio home and brought their family, daughter Holly Fox Tomlin and son James Allen Fox, to Ansted to attend school and grow up in the same area Alan and Wilma grew up and went to school. In 1980, Alan and Wilma built A&W Sanitation. Today, the business operates from Ansted, West Virginia. For all your sanitation needs, A&W Sanitation.
Local high school basketball on WZTS. COZI TV, brought to you by Hometown Kia.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Paul Connie in for Bill Laird. We have Chris Rader and Christy Aither. You're watching Oak Hill Red Devils basketball here against the Woodrow Flying Eagles. We're at the Beckley Armory Convention Center with a tie ball game, folks, 37-37 with 4 minutes left to go here in the fourth period.
And Beckley, Keenan Cook has checked in for Woodrow. He hasn't gotten any playing time tonight. He checks in with 4 minutes left here in the tie game. Interesting substitution by Ron Kidd. Purdue, this is Ethan Vargo Thomas. Back to Purdue, right elbow. 2-3 zone for Beckley. Chris gets into the lane. Almost lost his footing. Purdue gets in the lane. A lot of contact, no call. Benitez Jackson's really upset.
Yeah, we got to do a little better. Just a little lack of ball control. Just again, like you said earlier, Christy, unforced errors. Oak Hill has made several of those here tonight.
So this is Keenan Cook over to Wolf in the corner, being watched by Farrow. Tie game, 3.5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. This is Peck over to Keenan Cook, who just checked into the game. Again, a very interesting substitution. Elijah Redfern is out of the game right now for Beckley, their leading scorer. So Ron Kidd with an interesting decision here. Throws it away. Here comes Leonard Farrow in transition. Right-hand layup. No, missed it. And that's about 3 layups Oak Hill's missed tonight.
You got to make those, Chris. You got to make those bunnies like that.
Absolutely. Big miss by Farrow. So Kidd wants a timeout. I think he sees that his offense is out of sorts with Redfern out of the game. We'll take a quick timeout with him. 3 minutes left. Oak Hill and Beckley tied here. Come back and join us for the final 3 minutes and 1 minute.
It's the Subaru Share the Love event going on now at Hometown Subaru. Great deals on a new 21 Subaru Forester or a 21 Subaru Crosstrek, or incredible savings on a new 22 Subaru Outback and 22 Subaru Ascent. All this month, come into Hometown Subaru for a chance to win a kayak, camping equipment, and a trip to Winter Place Ski Resort. And during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru will make a $250 donation to charity for every new Subaru sold. Hometown Subaru, Beckley between the malls, or online at hometownsubaru.com.
At C. Adam Tony Tire Pros, we have the largest selection of inventory in southern West Virginia. All major brand name tires available, but we are more than just tires. Check out our great prices on service, alignments, brakes, shocks, struts, inspections, oil changes, and more. Come in and talk to our friendly, knowledgeable staff or call us at 304-465-1851. Additional locations in Summersville, Hurricane, and 2 convenient Beckley locations. See Adam Tony Tire Pros, supporting local high school sports.
Welcome back. We're here watching Oak Hill basketball. Oak Hill Red Devils are playing the Beckley Flying Eagles, and Chris, it's a 37-37 fourth quarter action here.
It's been a rock fight. No scoreless fourth quarter so far. So this is Beckley with the ball, and Redfern is checked back into the game. He's being watched by Farrow. Farrow, left-hand dribble, gets in the lane. Tough pull-up shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jacob Purdue. Here comes Ethan Vargo Thomas now, crosses the timeline. He's going to put up a tough shot and be fouled by Mike Miller, and that's going to send Vargo Thomas to the line. Maybe we'll get our first points of the quarter here. That's the big man's third foul.
So critical here, Chris, in the down and then stretch that we make these foul shots. You know, we've not been able to score from the field. So if we can't score from the field, we're going to make it from the charity stripe.
Dr. Conley, and Ethan Vargo Thomas has been scoreless tonight. That's his first that's his first points of the game. That puts Oak Hill up 40-39, and that's Oak Hill's first lead of the game. Puts them up 38-37. Oak Hill's first lead of the game comes with 2:39 left here in the fourth quarter. And Vargo Thomas is looking to add to his point total. That's his first point of the game. Very unusual game for Ethan Vargo Thomas. That one rims out, pulled down by Gravely.
Got to make those shots, Chris.
Here's Redfern. Probably a foul there. They let go. Wolf, right elbow three. Got it! Landon Wolf has been huge for Beckley tonight. He's got 14.
That's his shot. He's made that shot first half, and he reproduced it here in the second half.
That puts Woodrow up 40-38 now with 2:18 on a turning clock. Leonard Farrow back out to Ethan Vargo Thomas. Again, Beckley looks to be out of like a 2-1-2. Chris, that's been his shot. The foul line jumper, no good that time. Rebound pulled down that time by Peck. And Beckley now with a 2-point lead and the ball as we're under 2 minutes left here in the game.
He's having a hard time shooting over the big man, Mike Miller, 6'6". Has been getting in Sammy Chris' face there, but we got to get some rebounds. We're only getting one shot, Chris.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Doc. It's been one and done for us. So Redfern is in no hurry. A minute 41 being watched by Farrow. He's going to hand it off to Landon Wolf. They're just running, almost knocked it away there, but Vargo Thomas knocked it away from Sam Peck. And that's going to stay with Beckley with a minute 34 left here in the game, and Woodrow with a 40-38 lead over the Devils. Peck triggers it into Wolf, get it to Redfern.
Can't allow Wolf to get that open look again because he's been feeling it behind the three-point line.
Yeah, he really has. He's knocked down 4 threes tonight. Redfern kicks it over to Peck. He almost walked with it, picked up his dribble, back out to Redfern. So we'll see how long Beckley wants to do this. Oak Hill might eventually have to foul here. Farrow, and there he goes. He bodied him up, and that's going to be Farrow's first foul of the game, but Beckley will be content to just dribble the clock out if Oak Hill lets them. That's Oak Hill's 5th team foul. So, Doc, they have to foul him 2 more times to even get Woodrow on the line, though.
But I think you're right. I mean, this has been a defensive struggle. The entire game. We got a 40-38 ball game here. But I think, like you said, Woodrow Wilson's going to take their time here.
Yeah, they're in no hurry. Peck gets it to Redfern. Redfern loses the dribble. Purdue comes up with it, looks ahead, Ethan Vargo Thomas. That ball is swatted out of bounds by Landon Wolf, who turns around and is barking at Vargo Thomas. I'm really surprised that I thought they might team up there. Landon Wolf was really barking at Ethan Vargo Thomas after that emphatic block. The refs let it go, probably for the best, but there was a lot of talking that time by Landon Wolf. So Oak Hill is going to trigger the inbound to Ethan Vargo Thomas, down 2. And now we're going to have an off-the-ball foul.
Again, an unforced error, Chris. That's another turnover, giving Beckley the ball back with 2 points. 2-point lead with 51.5 seconds left to go.
So I think they got Kane Maynor on that. That's going to be Maynor's first foul of the game. That's a big time to call an off-the-ball foul with under a minute left in a 2-point game. So Oak Hill's going to try to trap, maybe get a turnover here. This is Wolf.
He traveled.
They're going to give Ron Kidd the timeout. I thought you were right. He almost did travel. They gave Ron Kidd the timeout.
He got the timeout, but, Chris, he was definitely shuffling his feet there without dribbling the ball.
We're going to take a quick break. Come back in 1 minute and join us for the final 45 seconds.
The holiday lists are checked off. Now it's time to fill in the brackets.
Let's put Kia front and center.
Post up now and get your deal on a new Kia from Hometown Kia. Hometown Kia is putting the full court press on savings, and all of our new Kias are off the bench. We have Telluride playing forward and Sportage and Celtos taking care of the backcourt.
Beat the buzzer and get your new Kia at Hometown Kia before the clock expires.
Beckley between the malls or online at hometownkia.com.
Welcome back. Here watching Oak Hill basketball. We got Oak Hill Red Devils here with the Beckley Flying Eagles. With 45 seconds left to go, Chris, here in this 40-38 ball game.
Let's see if Oak Hill can get a turnover before they foul here. They have one more foul. Well, there's a foul right there on Omar Lewis. That's going to probably put the wrong guy on the line, though.
Yeah, you don't want Wolf on the line. He's an excellent shooter.
Yeah, Wolf's been the best scorer for Beckley tonight, so Omar Lewis puts him on the line. 39.5 seconds left. This will be a 1-on-1 situation for Beckley with a 2-point lead. Jeremiah Jackson checks back into the game as Omar Lewis takes a seat for rebounding purposes. They're hoping Wolf misses this front end.
I think we're playing a little offense-defense here. We got our defensive unit out there with Farrow and Jackson.
Wolf's first shot is good. That was pure. That gives Beckley a 3-point lead now. Wolf now with 15.
Yeah, if Wolf makes a shot, it's going to make it a 2-possession game here.
This is a biggie. So Beckley takes all their kids off the foul line, probably hoping to avoid a silly foul going after a rebound. Omar Lewis now, like you mentioned, Doc, he's going to check back in, and Jeremiah Jackson set back down.
Yeah, we're going to play a little offense-defense here, especially with the fact that Woodrow doesn't have anybody here, for this foul shot. Everybody's playing back in defense.
So Wolf's second shot is up and good. That extends it to a 4-point lead.
2-possession ball game, Chris.
So Vargo Thomas picks it up. I thought Benitez wanted a timeout, but they didn't get it. Omar Lewis drives. That's a tough shot. We're going to have a charge on Omar Lewis as he crashed into the big man, Mike Miller. That's going to be Lewis's fourth. That's not the shot Oak Hill wanted right there.
No, I think they're just a little bit anxious there, Chris. Again, you got a little bit of time here. I still think you needed to get the ball into Sammy Chris' hands because all night he has been shown the one guy that's been the most consistent.
Yeah, that's not the shot that they wanted right there. Lewis kind of forced the action a little bit. So Beckley looking to trigger the rebound. They get it to Wolf. He's being hounded. He's going to be fouled by Leonard Farrow, and that's going to send Wolf to the line, who just got through knocking down a couple.
Yeah, like you said, Chris, Wolf is not the kid you want to send to the free throw line because he's been lights out from the three-point line. He's also been lights out from the charity stripe as well.
Yeah, he's the wrong guy to put on the line. So, again, a 42-38 game now. 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter as Landon Wolf is trying to extend this Beckley lead. He's going to get 1 plus the bonus. As Oak Hill's up to 19 fouls now. Knocks that one down. Wolf has a 16 for Beckley now. We're going to have a quick timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. You know what? Let's stay. Can we stay right here? Let's stay right here. This is going to be a quick 30-second timeout. 43-38. Beckley up on Oak Hill. And Doc, Oak Hill now has to force the action a little bit and hope to get a quick bucket and maybe a turnover.
Yeah, you're going to have to try to get a quick shot, get a quick bucket, preferably a 3, because if he makes his shot, you're going to be down by 6. And you're really looking for a turnover because they're going to Beckley's going to try to get the ball in Wolf's hands. He's your best free throw shooter, and so we're going to try to at least try to make something off of this free throw. And again, like you said, try to get a quick steal.
Yeah, I'd like to come down, maybe see if we can get Ethan Vargo Thomas to penetrate, then kick it out to Purdue or Christ for an open 3. So again, let's reset the game. 43-38. Landon Wolf at the line. He's got 16 for Beckley tonight. He's been fantastic. He's going to put up his second shot. Got it. Wolf's got 17. It's a 44-38 game.
He's been nothing but money from the charity stripe, Chris.
So here comes Omar Lewis across the timeline. He's going to try to drive on the big man, Mike Miller, over to Chris. Chris gets in the lane, right-hand shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Wolf. They're going to have to foul him. That's going to foul out Omar Lewis, and it's starting to look like the fat lady's getting ready to sing on Oak Hill.
Yeah, just didn't have a good look there, like you said. I mean, they really needed to try to do a dribble drive and kick the ball back out. They never really were able to get that penetration to kick the ball out. And again, Woodrow gets the rebound. And again, of all people to foul, he spent the whole evening here in the charity stripe, and he's been able to make every one of them.
Yeah, in fact, I'm not going to swear to it, but I think Wolf has all of their points here in the fourth quarter. Been a really low-scoring quarter. Oak Hill's only got 1 point. That's off an Ethan Vargo Thomas foul shot. As Wolf's first shot is up and in, rattles that home. That extends it out to a 3-possession game now with 18 seconds left.
Yeah, Oak Hill just has several just unforced errors, unforced turnovers there. They had the lead, but then allowed Beckley to take advantage of those unforced errors.
Ethan Vargo Thomas kicks it out to Purdue. Deep three from Jacob Purdue, no good. Rebound pulled down by Elijah Redfern. I think they're just going to let it play out. That's going to be all she wrote. Actually, Purdue does foul Redfern at the very end of the game. So we mentioned in the pregame that we would probably see a different Beckley team looking for revenge, and that's what we've gotten tonight. Elijah Redfern has played under control much more than he did in the first game. Oak Hill battled back, though. It was a 9-point deficit. Oak Hill came back and took the lead, but then down the stretch, they just some silly mistakes on offense, and then Landon Wolf knocking down some big shots for Beckley.
Well, like we said, basketball is a game of runs. You knew that even though Oak Hill had that 2-point lead, you just were just waiting to see if Beckley was going to respond. They did respond, and again, like you said, now we got a 10-point game.
So at the end of the game, Trey Foster takes a three. That's no good. So at the end of the game, the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles knock off the Oak Hill Red Devils by a score of 48-38. They're pretty fired up. That breaks a 7-game losing streak.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into...
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
What do these people have in common? They need help breathing. After COVID, he struggled with breathing after climbing stairs. Working 20 years in the mine, this miner was having trouble breathing. Diagnosed with asthma as a toddler, this child couldn't keep up with his friends. After being hospitalized with pneumonia, she was ordered pulmonary rehab. What do these people have in common? They all discovered they breathe easier now, thanks to New Rivers Breathing Center.
Tyree Funeral Home of Oak Hill and Mount Hope is happy to help provide television coverage of local high school sports. Tyree Funeral Home has proudly served our community since 1915. Joe Tyree, third-generation owner of Tyree Funeral Home, was honored to provide the same level of professional care to the family of singer Hank Williams following his untimely death in 1953. Staffed 24 hours a day, we provide at-need as well as pre-need funeral services. From the traditional to immediate cremation, we are here to meet your need. Call 304-469-3351.
Tyree Funeral Home Incorporated, Oak Hill and Mount Hope. Jonathan D. Wood, licensee in charge.
Services, 309 Adams Street, Montgomery, West Virginia has everything you need for the well-dressed man. We have shirts 30% off. Sport coats was $125, now just $99.99. Suits valued at $150, now just $129.99. Shirts up to 22 neck size, 36 and 37-inch sleeves, plus shoes by Floorshine, and a large selection of accessories throughout the store. Free alterations from our in-house tailor, too. Byron Services, 309 Adams Street, Montgomery, West Virginia. Call 304-442-5896.
Park Center Sporting Goods, with the largest selection of firearms and ammo in the area. Over 50 years of combined experience. Shop for guns, rifles, scopes, bow and arrows, knives, fishing rods, a great selection of boots like Danner, hunting clothes, and accessories. Park Street Sporting Goods is located at 410 John Rain Drive, Rainelle. Open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 24/7 online. For more information, call Park Center Sporting Goods in Rainelle at 304-438-5660.
You can trust your car or truck to Bryan Service Center, 409 Main Street in Oak Hill for dependable and affordable service or repair. State inspections, brakes, alignments, air conditioning, oil changes, tires and batteries. With motors and transmissions, Bryan can troubleshoot your problem with up-to-date diagnostic equipment. Brian Stevens, Robbie Stevens, and Dave Massey can get you fixed and on your way without delay. 30 years in Oak Hill. Bryan Service Center across from Plateau Medical Center on Main Street in Oak Hill, your Napa Auto Care Center.
Welcome to COZI Asian Fusion. We're located at 100 Town Center Road, Fayetteville. COZI Asian Fusion specializes in bringing you a wide variety of fresh Asian fusion entrees. We pride ourselves in using only the freshest ingredients and preparing a large portion of our menu in-house. Our General Tso's chicken is deep fried, then tossed in a house-made sweet and spicy sauce, served with broccoli and carrots, along with your choice of fried rice, steamed rice, or lo mein noodles. Our sushi is skillfully crafted using only the freshest ingredients and covered in our house-made sauces. Now, new at COZI Asian Fusion, come try our all-new boba bar with the best selections around, like my favorite, cotton candy. COZI Asian Fusion. COZI Asian Fusion, 100 Town Center Road, Fayetteville. Stop by today and experience it for yourself.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Paul Connolly in for Bill Laird with Chris Rader and Christy Aether Rader. We're here at the Beckley Arena and Conference Center for the Northside Automotive postgame show. We'll also be bringing to you folks the Big John players of the game. Guys, you know, the fourth quarter, Oak Hill just went flat. I mean, they scored 1 point, and it wasn't even from the field. It was actually 1 point from the free throw line, and Beck was able to pull away and end up with a 10-point win, a 48-38 win. But, you know, that looks bad on the scoreboard, but actually Oak Hill had the lead up until the fourth quarter, and it was a tie ball game at 37-37.
And it was actually, you're exactly right, and it was a 40-38 game with a minute left in the game. And give credit to Beckley, because when Oak Hill had to foul them, Beckley went 8 for 8 from the line to end the game for a 48-38 game. But, you know, like you mentioned, Oak Hill could not get a field goal in the fourth quarter. That killed them. Christy mentioned off camera, Oak Hill's two leading scorers, Jacob Perdue and Ethan Vargo Thomas, combined for 7 points tonight. The last game, those two combined for 35 points. That was a big key to the game.
You're right. I mean, you know, we talked about this off camera. You know, the first meeting, Oak Hill has 64 points. This meeting, 38 points. So your offensive production was almost cut in half here. And, you know, you got to give kudos to Beckley, because Woodrow was basically able to play, you know, a pressure defense. And like you said, we weren't able to get our offensive scores really going. You know, Perdue just never really could find his shot. We did make a lot of unforced errors. And, you know, Beckley, when it came down to the stretch, they were able to make the points they needed from the charity stripe.
So, yeah, absolutely. Give all credit to Woodrow. They came out, we thought we would see a different Beckley team. We absolutely did. Elijah Redfern was great tonight. Landon Wolf, 20 points. And I don't know if Landon Wolf scored the first game, and he had 20 points tonight for Woodrow. So he stepped up big for him. Again, our two big scorers, Vargo Thomas and Jacob Perdue, only combined for 7. I do want to give credit to Sam Christ, though. He stepped up with 17 points. My guess is that's probably his season high. He had a big game for Oak Hill, and it was there for the taking. The Devils, though, in the fourth quarter, just cannot get their offense going, and that eventually cost them.
Like we said before, it's hard to beat a team twice, especially a quality team here like Woodrow. I think, you know, that first game, that 64 win, 64-46 win. Again, I think it was not the actual Beckley team that we saw here tonight, and this basically was a tale of two different teams. And like you said, there at the end of the stretch, we only were able to score 1 point, and you're not going to be able to beat very many ball clubs when you only score 1 point. But we're going to talk about the Big John players of the game. I think we already mentioned a couple of the big scores. So, Christy, what do you guys think about as far as Big John players of the game here tonight?
Well, I think that's got to be Wolf for Woodrow and Christ for Oak Hill. Christ is the only scorer for Oak Hill that scored in double digits.
So Landon Wolf, the Big John player of the game for Beckley. Sam Christ, the Big John player of the game for Oak Hill. I'll let Christy give the scoring breakdown here before we go.
All right. So our scores for Oak Hill: Christ with 17, Jacob Perdue 6, Lewis with 5, Farrow 2, Ethan Vargo Thomas with 1, Maynard with 2, Foster with 5. And for the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, Redfern scored 16, Wolf with 20, Miller 4, Peck 3, and Gravely 5.
So again, the story from tonight from the Beckley Convention Center, Woodrow comes out with a 48-38 win over the Oak Hill Red Devils tonight. That evens the season series between the two teams at 1-1. Beckley now 3-7 on the season. Oak Hill 6-6. Oak Hill will be back in action Tuesday night away at Greenbrier East. So another big sectional game for the Red Devils. And again, these sectional games count for a lot because that determines seeding.
They're pivotal. And again, we talked earlier about how Oak Hill had 2 wins in a row. You're trying to build upon that. Here tonight, Oak Hill came in and we were hoping to see if they could get that third win. But now Benitez Jackson is going to take this Oak Hill team, and you're going to have to try to do a little reset. For Beckley, they can actually use this as a stepping stone and see if they can't string a few quality wins. And again, Greenbrier East, we've seen them. So again, like you talked, at the break, Chris, all these teams are very well and evenly matched. Okay, and a lot of it's going to depend on, again, like we talked about earlier, is being able to make good quality shots. Unforced errors. I think Oak Hill again tonight turned the ball over way too much, which again at the end of the game, Woodrow was able to capitalize on that.
Exactly right. So again, at the end of the game, 48-38. Thank you for joining us tonight on COZI TV that you can find on Roku. For Dr. Paul Conley, my beautiful wife, Christy Aether-Rader. I'm hearing from my producer, Tom Siner. Replay will be on COZI TV tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So if you want to watch the game again, tune in, watch the replay of the game. Thanks for joining us. And Monday night, thanks for joining us. Again, for Christy Aether-Rader, Dr. Paul Conley, I'm Chris Rader. Have a good evening.